We need to learn the difference between formal and informal English words. These 12 words will allow you to speak a different kind of English depending on the context and not stick out and seem like you're speaking strangely. What's the difference between formal and informal language in English? Typically, formal language refers to words that should be used in a professional setting, such as a workplace, job interviews, or official emails. Situations where using formal language is expected and demonstrates a level of respect and professionalism. On the other hand, informal language is used in less professional and serious settings. So one might use informal language among colleagues who share a close relationship, friends, family, people who are in your same age range, but is generally unsuitable in a professional environment. Using informal language helps you connect on a personal level to a person, but professional language is crucial in professional and academic settings. So here are 24 words that you use in a formal and informal settings. The first pair is maybe and perhaps. Typically we use maybe in more informal settings and use perhaps in more professional settings. An example sentence: maybe we'll catch up tomorrow.
I was hoping that maybe you could help me find her because she's been gone so long. I'm beginning to... I'm sorry.
If we don't find the right guy, maybe you and I could just... You know who's pretty cute?
Perhaps we'll catch up tomorrow.
Perhaps it's time Abigail's released from clinical treatment.
Perhaps if one of your company officers simply endorsed Michael's check back to one of his accounts.
As an English native speaker, when I hear maybe, it sounds like something I would write to a friend, whereas perhaps sounds a lot more formal, as though it's an official correspondence between two work colleagues. The next pair are help and assist. Help and assist on the surface are interchangeable. They mean the exact same thing, but assist is often used in more formal and professional context. So you would hear someone at a building more often using assist rather than help. For example, can you help me move this table?
So I'm gonna need some help down here.
I could help you out too.
Can you assist me in moving this table?
They want you to go to San Diego and assist in the advance there tomorrow.
It is to assist His Majesty's recovery.
The next pair are mad and insane. Both of these adjectives are used to describe mental states, but they are used in very different contexts and carry different connotations to a listener. Mad is very often used to describe a temporary state of anger, irritation, or frustration at someone or something. It can also refer to someone's behavior being different, but typically in a less severe manner than insane. He was mad at his friend for forgetting his birthday.
How mad would you be if I fired Masters?
Yeah, he was really panicked and really mad at her.
Insane has a stronger connotation to a listener and is a more clinical term used to describe a severe mental disorder. It indicates a state of extreme mental disturbance, often leading to someone having bad judgment, strange behavior, and appearing almost frightening to some people. It's also used in legal and medical matters to describe someone who's not mentally fit to stand trial or make a decision for themselves. For example, the court ruled the defendant was insane at the time of his crime.
Brian, what are you, insane?
Now, last meeting we all decided to go braless, and I just want to report that Operation Bazooma Bounce is driving the boys insane!
So mad and insane both refer to mental states. However, when someone's mad, it's for a short period of time or temporary, but insane describes a more severe and long-lasting state of mental illness or disorder. The next pair are to check and to verify. In English, check typically refers to someone examining, inspecting, or reviewing something for accuracy, mistakes, or any errors in it. It's an extremely versatile word and can be used in a variety of contexts. For example, please check your spelling before you submit the test.
Check it out, I'm very close to Emerald status.
You'd have known if you'd bothered to check in with me.
Verify is more formal and a specific term used to confirm or authenticate the accuracy, truth, or fidelity of something. It's commonly used in professional, technical, or official documents and contexts where accuracy and authenticity are crucial and super important. For example, the bank will verify your identity before processing the transaction.
How can I verify that?
Been sent out to verify the death of a soldier who'd just gone AWOL the week before.
Well, check and verify both refer to confirming the accuracy of something. To check is more general and commonly used in everyday language, while verify is extremely formal and is used in professional or official context. The next pair of words are to get and to receive. Both of these verbs involve obtaining something, but they are used in slightly different but important contexts and convey different nuances to what you're saying in the sentence. To get something is usually the more informal version of these two verbs and is commonly used in informal and everyday language. We native speakers often use get to describe an action of obtaining something without focusing on the way or manner it was obtained. For example, I'll get some groceries on my way home.
Hey, where'd you get that at?
So good to just get like the toxins out of your body, you know?
To receive something is far more formal, and this verb is used to indicate the act of being given or handed something, often with a sense of acknowledgement or acceptance. It's commonly used in formal, professional, and official contexts. For example, she will receive an award at the ceremony.
After his death, the police will receive a photograph of you, Joseph, handing over the briefcase, and blame you for the crime.
For what we are about to receive, may the Lord make us truly thankful, and may we always be mindful of the needs of others.
So, while get and receive both refer to obtaining something, get is far more formal and doesn't refer to the method of obtaining that object, while receive is more formal and often shows the listener the act of someone receiving something. The next pair are to choose and to select. Both of these verbs refer to the process of making a decision or picking something, but are used in different and very specific contexts that can muddle your message. To choose something is the more informal option of these words and is used to indicate someone making a decision between two or more options. To choose implies a decision-making process that is based on a personal preference, desire, or suitability, and you'll often hear it in everyday colloquial English. For example, I will choose the blue shirt.
Oh, you know what? Maybe you should go ahead and choose.
Cool.
You can choose the most loyal friends, the dream job, the truest love.
To select is extremely formal sounding to a native speaker, and this term implies a deliberate or careful choice after considering various options. Unlike choose, it's often used in more professional and technical contexts such as shopping, product descriptions, or a businessman or cashier offering you the chance to choose between two options to buy. Select carries the connotation of choosing something with a particular quality or characteristic in mind beforehand. It's a far more deliberate action of picking an object than choose. For example, please select from the menu what you would like to eat.
And you didn't select me because I'm good at coding.
And thirdly, that it is at the urging of my esteemed patroness, Lady Catherine, that I select a wife.
So, while both of these verbs refer to making a decision, to choose something is more informal and general, whereas select is more formal and shows the listener that you are making or someone else is making a deliberate or careful choice with something in mind beforehand. Before I move on to the next word, if you want the same sort of strategies and methods that I give my students for free, then make sure you click the link in the description and first pinned comment to get my free English guide that will give you tips, tricks, and advice for improving your English faster. So again, make sure you click the link in the description and first pinned comment to get that guide. Now, with that out of the way, let's get back to the video. The next pair are to ask and to request. Both of these verbs refer to the action of seeking something or usually information from someone else, but they're used in different contexts and when heard by a native speaker carry different connotations than you might think. To ask is the more general and more informal verb used to inquire, seek information, or request something from someone else. Unlike many of the other previous pairs, you can use ask in both formal and informal contexts, making it an extremely versatile verb. Ask can be direct or indirect and often implies a straightforward inquiry or request. For example, can I ask you a question?
How can you ask about him when she's gonna die?
So when did he ask you?
Request is the more formal and polite term, used to make a formal plea or appeal to something. It's only used in professional and business contexts, and when used with a native speaker, it implies that this is a specific and one-time plea for assistance, action, or permission. For example, I would like to request an extension on the deadline.
You haven't submitted a travel request.
Your Honor, we would request a recess until...
So ask is more general and can be used in various contexts, whereas request is more formal and polite and is usually used in one-time requests. The next pair are to tell and inform. Both involve conveying information to another or group of people, but have slightly different meanings. To tell is more straightforward and is used to communicate information, instructions, or stories to someone. It's commonly used in everyday communication and especially storytelling. And tell implies a one-way communication where information is passed from one person to another. For example, please tell me what happened.
I'll tell you one thing. If we find him, I'm not going to be the one who forgot to bring a weapon.
Tell him I couldn't find it.
Inform is the more formal option of these verbs and specifically denotes the act of providing someone with information or facts about a particular subject. It's often used in formal contexts such as education, business, or news reporting, and it implies a more structured and intentional spread of information from one person to another. For example, the report will inform us about the latest development.
We're here to inform you that you've been reactivated.
Inform the ambulance that we have a situation.
So, in summary, tell is used in more casual conversations and storytelling, whereas inform is used in professional contexts with a more deliberate spread of information from one person to another. The next pair are need and require. Both of these verbs are often used interchangeably in everyday language, but there are subtle differences in their usage. Need implies a strong sense of necessity or a desire for something that is essential for someone's well-being, survival, or a particular goal. When used with a native speaker, it often shows them a strong sense of urgency or importance. Need can both be used to express a physical but also an emotional requirement. For example, I need water to survive.
Well, I hope you don't need to be rescued again.
I need to sit down.
To require something, on the other hand, is used to indicate that something is necessary or mandatory for a specific purpose, task, or situation. It often implies a certain condition or criteria must be met. Require tends to sound more formal than need. For example, this job requires a bachelor's degree.
But I'm gonna require some
Any transfer will require confirmation.
So, in summary, need emphasizes a personal or immediate necessity, while require is more objective and indicates a necessity in order to meet a goal. The next pair are start and commence. Both mean to begin or initiate something, but have two subtle meanings. To commence something is the more formal and is more often used in written works for the beginning or initiating of something. It's also commonly used in formal and official contexts, such as legal documents, ceremonies, and formal speeches. By using commence, it implies a sense of formality or importance to an event or situation. For example, the ceremony will commence at noon.
Commence play, please.
Police call will commence in 2 minutes.
On the other hand, to start is the more common and informal term for beginning an action, process, or activity. It's extremely versatile and can be used in a multitude of contexts, from a casual conversation to formal writing. For example, let's start the meeting.
Just want to wake up and start again, you know?
All I wanted was just a few hours outside of work to see Joshua so that he could go ahead and start falling in love with me.
So in summary, to start is a more casual option, whereas to commence is more formal and when used implies a sense of importance to something. The next pair are to go up and to increase. Both of these verbs convey the idea of something becoming larger, greater, or higher in quality, size, or value. But as always, they're used in different contexts that you need to be aware about. To go up is the more casual and colloquial version, used to describe a change of movement or direction towards a higher position or level. Is often used in more casual and everyday contexts, and you can think of it of being the more informal version. For example, the price of gas is going up.
Our copay is going up across the... Kevin.
Sign quick, his value's about to go up.
To increase is a more formal and precise term used to describe a rise or growth in quantity, size, or value. It's far more commonly used in more formal contexts, so in the news, education, business, as well as formal writings. Increase typically implies a deliberate or planned change. For example, there have been an increase in the number of COVID cases.
In other news, the building industry and landlords today expressed concern over the latest increase in heating oil prices.
Candace, do you actually get paid for this internship, or does Daddy just increase your allowance?
So, to go up is the more informal option you have and is commonly used by native speakers in casual conversation, whereas increase is far more formal sounding and is used in more official and business context. The next pair are to buy and to purchase. These two verbs are often interchangeable, but we native speakers tend to use them in differing and specific contexts. So if you use them in the wrong context, you might sound a little strange. To buy is the more common and informal term for acquiring goods or services in exchange for money. It's a extremely versatile verb and can be used in both casual and formal contexts. For example, I'm going to buy a new phone.
But being plastic, she needed our advice before she could actually buy it.
A whole chapter on should she buy some nail polish?
To purchase is the more formal and technical term for acquiring goods and services for money. It's far more often used in formal contexts such as business, legal documents, or in professional communication. Purchase may imply a more deliberate or official action. For example, the company made a purchase of new equipment.
According to a devastating report by Global Witness, these stones are being used to purchase arms and finance civil war.
Oh. Well, mercifully, you people do have the opportunity to purchase your council property nowadays.
So, purchase is the more formal version and is used in more professional and technical contexts, whereas to buy is far more casual and used in everyday English by native speakers. Are you excited to try any of these words in a future conversation in English? Practice now by by answering this question. How was your day today? Was it mad? Or maybe you needed to request something from your boss. Really try and practice using one of these words by responding to this question in the comment section. Also, if you want to take your English further and want my personalized help in achieving your goals, then make sure check out the link in the description and first pinned comment to book a free consultation call to see how I can help you go from limited and frustrated to super confident and fluent, so you can take advantage of all the amazing opportunities that English offers. If you're someone that really needs accountability and guidance in achieving your goals, then make sure to book a free consultation call to see how I can help you. Again, link in the description and first pinned comment. Now, if you're not ready just yet to work with me, then maybe check out this video here where I'll be giving you a guide for improving your English this year. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video and want more free lessons just like this, make sure you subscribe and also smash that like button so I know whether to make more lessons like this in the future. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.